Welcome back to Boat Build right here on the Drift. Well, I'll tell you what, we had one successful part finding mission. We found a helm chair, some hatches, some lights, a flag and a flagpole, and we found it all via connections on Craigslist. Now this helm chair find was built by a company called NE Crafts in Montauk, New York. And I think it's going to make the perfect helm chair for our project. So what we're doing now is we're driving down from Western Massachusetts, where we found some of these parts, to Coastal Boat Works in Tiverton, Rhode Island. And we're going to talk to Billy, our boat builder, as you all know, and see what he thinks about these finds. Stay right there.
This is Boat Build.
Billy!
Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, look. How's this for a find?
That is nice.
So,
very nice.
As you know, we found it on Craigslist. The guy had office chair wheels on the bottom of it. This has been used as an office chair for who knows how long. But look at the detail on this. I'm thinking we use it as a helm chair. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Nice cushion in the back.
I know it's got the rod holder here, right? It was a fighting chair. We'll leave that.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool detail.
That's a good piece.
But look at the workmanship on this. Flip it over.
Yeah. I like it.
It's solid fiberglass back. Now we tried Googling New England Crafts Incorporated, Montauk, New York. Nothing. So it says it's pretty old, right?
It could be.
It could predate Google.
It might.
And Bill, look what else I found.
Whoa, that thing's in rough shape.
Well, wait a minute. That's what I thought. So this is off about a 15-year-old Sea Ray,
Okay.
right? We need hatches. We need 3 hatches.
Right.
So I saw this and I went, well, that doesn't look very good, does it?
No.
But what I found out is this is just a cover
Oh, no kidding.
that had been on there,
Yeah, I see that.
molded up under the trees in storage for a long time, right?
So they must put a cover on this when they put the boat away so that the window doesn't get damaged? Huh, a good idea.
This was a guy parting out the boat, the Sea Ray, and I saw it in the corner of his shed, and I said, how much for those? $75 a piece.
Jeez, not bad.
I've got 2 of these and a larger one.
These things
So I
go
stu-
for like $250 new.
So I brought it home and took out my special...
I was wondering
Wait a
what
minute,
that
wait a
was.
minute. This is high-end special secret cleaning fluid.
Yeah, it smells strong.
My wife uses this on everything. Vinegar. Took a little vinegar to this, right? Here's the before and after.
Wow, nice job.
Bill, these
like it.
hatches are like new with the screens and the trim pieces.
Can't go wrong with that.
So where else?
No, that was like what I was saying. I mean, they have good products out there that are used. You know, you probably can't get that kind of quality nowadays anymore without paying a arm and a leg.
So tailor-mades, good to go, 3 of them, 2 smaller ones and 1 larger one, $225.
That's not bad.
We were gonna beat that. Bill, the helm chair, as we saw an episode ago, almost $6,000 for some like this,
Right.
$250.
You know, it would be nice if you integrated this in with a storage box. I have a boat right here in the shop. We can take a look at how I did that storage box.
So instead of just a straight up pedestal, this sits on a box.
Sit on a box with a short pedestal, so you'll still be able to swivel, but you'll have storage underneath the seat.
So you can fabricate that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's look at it.
All right, let's go.
So what do you have below there, Bill?
Well, under here we have the water tank. It's a 6-gallon. We have the fill up top, and then the water pump is mounted up underneath. Get it up out of the water, so in case there's any problems there.
Oh wait, Bill, here's the fill.
Mm-hmm.
And wait a minute, next to it, isn't this the picture I brought you a
It
while
is.
back?
It is.
This is a fridge. I mean, this is what we want to do
Right.
under our helm chair.
Well, it kind of sparked an idea, so I started working on that section since I had another mold in here. So Let me take you and I'll show you what
So
I'm doing.
you're building our section now.
Right.
Love to see it.
Let's go.
Love this one. This is a beautiful boat. Bill, over here, back where our 30-foot is cranking away.
Right.
That's it, right?
That's it. Yeah, sometimes you need to have a little bit of a hobby while you're working on bigger
Right.
projects,
Yeah,
just
nice.
just to break away. So
Right.
I was deciding, all right, let me build the box and see how the fridge fits.
So again, you know me when it comes to molds and trying to understand how it works.
Right.
This is the actual mold.
There's a mold underneath the piece. I've already started making the piece.
Okay.
So right now there's the skin coat and the color is in it. So we made a white one for now.
Right.
And then we're gonna add in the matte woven mat.
Okay.
And we're gonna put a board underneath and glass it in so we have something to bolt through.
Yep.
So when we put the seat on, it doesn't cave the top in.
And this will have a cutout for our underseat fridge.
Right.
And then we'll just need a short pedestal for the
Right,
seat.
exactly.
And the seat will be able to swivel.
Right.
So it's part of that little area.
Yeah,
that
it's
we'll be
easier
in.
to come by a short pedestal than it is a tall one. Plus, when you have a tall pedestal, you have to be careful with the leverage of your body. So if you weigh, like I'm 190 pounds, that's a lot of leverage
I'm
on.
about 195.
That's it.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
So when you get your weight back on it, that's a lot of leverage. You'll
Right.
tear it right out of the floor.
So let me ask you this. What do we do so our feet don't dangle? Are you going to build another box, or is this something we can get to fold
No,
down?
this is going to go up against the bulkhead somewhat, about 2.5 feet away, and then we're going to have a drop foot,
Nice.
the old school one.
Oh, a little bit of teak on that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, I'm going to show you one more thing that I got on my parts adventure. Come on, let me show you. Let's wrap it up with this. What is the replacement cost of everything on this table today? Chair like this, teak chair, fiberglass base, some brass
Well, the
inserts.
price on this would probably today be between $600-700 easy.
Right,
It all depends on the manufacturer.
right.
The hatches themselves.
So this I'm at $200. I'm up $400. The hatches, I paid 75.
They're easily $250 a piece, brand new.
All right. So there's another couple.
For
$100.
that quality, don't get me wrong.
Right.
They have cheaper ones, but that's high
But
quality.
that, yeah, the tailor-made, high quality.
Right.
Who knows on the antique piece,
That's
right?
we replace. They don't even make it anymore.
Yeah.
You couldn't put a price on that.
Yeah, I mean, you could get some little LED lights for in the V-berth. This is gonna be cool. We're gonna find a way to mount it. It'll be ornamental.
Yep.
And then the pole here,
Well, it's an American flag, so we can't put a cost on that.
exactly.
Absolutely.
And the teak pole, or what do you guess this is, teak or? Yeah, could be teak, right?
No, that's definitely teak.
Bill, our search for vintage parts has been going really well, but the biggest part that we need to find for this boat are the engines,
Yeah.
right? We need to find some power. We're going to go used on this boat because we're taking a frugal approach. You hear about four-stroke, you hear about two-stroke, you hear discussions on both ways on that. What do you think for our project, and what should we start looking for?
Well, we can go either way. Evidently, the four-stroke's a little bit more expensive than the two-strokes.
What's the difference?
Well, a four-stroke is a four-cycle engine, like your Briggs and Stratton and your lawnmower.
Lawnmower engine.
Right.
Okay.
And then you have the two-strokes, like a dirt bike, where
Where you have to mix fuel.
Right, you mix your fuel, or you have an oil tank and your fuel tank, and it mixes in a motor, like an outboard.
Hey, you've been in this business for a long time. What do you recommend?
Well, I like two-strokes myself.
Okay.
That's my preference. Four-strokes are nice, but I find them to be a bit heavy. I would probably go with like a 2 to a 225 two-stroke for your 30.
Okay.
A pair, definitely.
So we'll start looking around. I'll start, my Craigslist resource, right?
Absolutely.
And then what should we look for? What gets difficult in shopping for a boat engine, right? Especially this time of year, being midwinter. They're often not able to test in the water. They might be crated up. They might be off the boat.
Well,
how do we do that?
Well,
How do we-
when you go to somebody and they have an engine for sale, first question I would ask is how many hours on it. And I would take that with a grain of salt. I trust no one
Right.
when it comes to that, because that's a big guess. But if somebody says, "Oh, this motor's got 900 hours on it,"
So there's no device you can put on that'll tell you.
there is. If you can power up the engines on the newer engines, you should be able to get the hours off the computer Absolutely. The older engines, before 2000, I highly doubt you'll be able to get any of that information.
Okay, so first we check ours, then we do maybe a compression test? Or?
Yes, absolutely. Tear the engine hood off and to get a compression tester. I'll show you what one looks like. I have one in the
All right,
toolbox.
let's go.
Next time on Boat Build.
Compression tester by PSI, and it
Correct.
goes from 0 to 300. So this screws into the cylinder.
Right. So this is the average size of the spark plug holes. You screw that in. Then over here, you have your gauge.
This is Boat Build, right here at the Drift. Presented by Sociable, original social media programming.